World number 1 Djokovic reached his 9th Roland Garros semi-final, sweeping past Alexander Zverev, keeping his bid to become just the second man to hold all 4 slams at the same time twice, firmly on track. Top seed Djokovic won 7-5, 6-2, 6-2 and will face Austrian 4th seed Thiem on Friday in what will be his 35th Grand Slam semi-final. Thiem reached the semi-finals for a 4th successive year with a 6-2, 6-4, 6-2 victory against Russian 10th seed Karen Khachanov. But with this Roland Garros seeing Djokovic, Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer all in the semi-finals at the same slam for the first time since the 2012 French Open, the Serb was asked if Thiem was the tennis equivalent of Ringo, a role previously filled by the absent Andy Murray. Djokovic, Nadal and Federer, by extension, would be John Lennon, Paul McCartney and George Harrison. I'm sure some people would debate if Ringo Starr was the less famous. Some people liked him the most, said 32-year-old Djokovic. I don't know, that's what my parents tell me. He added, Dominic is deservedly where he is, one of the top 4 guys, especially on clay. That's where he's playing his best tennis. He's got that tremendous power in his game, especially with forehand and serve. I think backhand also has improved a lot in the last couple of years. The problem for Djokovic now in his pursuit of a second title in Paris and 16th major is the weather. Heavy rain is forecast to hit Paris again on Friday after Wednesday's washout. However, that won't dampen Djokovic's ambition of emulating Rod Laver, the only man to have held all 4 slams at the same time twice. The presence of history-making is stronger than ever right now in my career. That's one of the greatest motivations I have. Friday's other semi-final will see Nadal and Federer resume the great rivalry, meaning this is the first time the top 4 seeds have all reached the last 4 at a Grand Slam since the 2013 Australian Open. The last time Djokovic made the semi-finals in Paris was 2016 when he went on to win the title. He has a 6-2 career lead over Thiem and beat the Austrian in the Rome semi-finals in the run-up to Paris. However, Thiem came out on top in the Roland Garros quarter-finals in straight sets in 2017. 5th seed Zverev, bidding to reach a maiden slam semi-final and become the first German in the last 4 in Paris since Michael Stich in 1996, made the stronger start. The 22-year-old had break points in the 3rd and 5th games of the opening set and finally broke through for a 5-4 lead. But top seed Djokovic leveled immediately before claiming the set on a Zverev double fault. Djokovic dominated the second set as breaks in the 2nd and 8th games were enough to tighten his grip. The world number 1 saved 2 more break points in the opening game of the 3rd set and again made the German pay with a break for 4-2. Zverev's 40th and last unforced error proved to be the final point of the one-sided quarterfinal. I expected more from this tournament, but once the first set slipped away, it was difficult, said the German. The world number 5 finished with 8 double faults while converting just 1 of 8 break points. Thiem was utterly dominant on court. Suzanne Lenglen, hammering 29 winners, as Khachanov contrived to tally 37 unforced errors and only 17 winners. Thiem insists he will not be intimidated by Djokovic but was full of praise for his rival as well as Nadal and Federer, who have a combined 52 slam titles between them. I think that all 3 of them have something special around him because of all the success they had, he explained. I think that especially in the early rounds, they have a huge advantage only because of their name. Many players don't really believe, if they step on court, that they can beat him, added the 25-year-old who is chasing a maiden Grand Slam title. In women's action, American teenager Amanda Anisimova said she was excited and did not suffer from nerves after stunning defending champion Simona Halep to reach the semi-final against Australian 8th seed Ashley Barty. The 17-year-old downed Halep 6-2, 6-4 on court Philippe Chatrier to announce herself on the big stage, while Barty saw off 14th seed Madison Keys 6-3, 7-5 to also become a first-time Grand Slam semi-finalist. "If I didn't look nervous is because I wasn't," said world number 51 Anisimova, who is the youngest player to reach a major semi-final since Nicole Vidasova at the 2007 Australian Open. "I was just super excited and I was really happy with the opportunity. This is more than I could have asked for." The last 4 ties will be played on Friday, after Wednesday's downpour in Paris caused a backlog of matches, with the women's semi-finals held on court Suzanne Lenglen and Simon Mathieu to keep Chatrier free for the men's semis. "Actually, I'm really happy that I get to play tomorrow," said Anisimova. "I don't have to wait a whole day, because I get really eager to want to go on the court, so I'm happy I get to play tomorrow." She is the youngest American woman to make the last 4 at a major since Venus Williams at the 1997 US Open, and the youngest to reach the semis at Roland Garros since Jennifer Capriati in 1990. The defeat for 3rd seed Halep means it has now been 12 years since the last successful title defense in Paris, Belgian Justine Henin's 3rd straight triumph in 2007. Still, only 5 women have lifted back-to-back French Open titles in the Open era. "I feel sad, because every time when I lose, I'm sad," said Halep. "And I'm a little bit upset because I couldn't make my game. I couldn't move normally." The winner of Anisimova's clash against Barty will face either Britain's Johanna Konta or Czech 19-year-old Marketa Vondrousova in the final. It is the first time 2 teenagers have reached the semi-finals at a Grand Slam for 10 years, while it had not happened at Roland Garros since Henin and Kim Clijsters in 2001. Anisimova crushed 25 winners past a bewildered Halep, who made 17 unforced errors and served 2 double faults. Halep's run of breaking in 16 consecutive return games was swiftly ended by Anisimova's big hitting, and the American broke serve in 5th game en route to a 4-2 lead. She saved a break point and then dismantled the Halep serve once more to seal the opening set in under half an hour. Halep, who had thrashed 18-year-old Pole Iga Swiatek 6-1, 6-0 in the 4th round, faced being on the wrong end of a similarly one-sided match when she fell 3-0 down in the 2nd. Anisimova tightened up with the semis in sight and the defending champion fought back to 4-4, but the youngster gathered herself to save a break point in the next game and then grabbed her first match point with a glorious backhand winner up the line. Barty also won in relative comfort on court Suzanne Lenglen to go one better than her run to the Australian Open last 8 earlier this year. The 23-year-old was too consistent for American Keys, hitting 16 winners and 4 aces. Keys, a semi-finalist at Roland Garros last year where she lost to Sloane Stephens, was undone by 26 unforced errors. World number 8 Barty is the highest-ranked woman in the semi-finals, ahead of 26th seed Konta and the unseeded youngsters Anisimova and Vondrousova. But she insisted it would not give her an advantage, saying, "As I just said, all 4 of us have been playing great tennis. It's a new situation for me. It's a little bit of a new territory." Copyright 2019 AFP. Let's block ads. Why?